Hello, my name is Melinda Coletta. This is my husband, Phil Griffin. Together we're Professor Chef and we teach you how to play with your food. So tonight we're going to be making banana bread because Ashley requested banana bread 2 weeks ago and we're finally getting around to it.
It's all about the banana.
It is all about the banana.
You know what type of banana these are?
Chiqui.
I'm a chiquita banana and I like to say I am the best banana in the world today.
Are you done?
Yeah.
I hope you're a better chef than you are a singer.
And guess what?
What?
There's 1 banana, 2 banana, 3 banana.
All right, Phil, enough. Hey, listen, you gotta stay tuned till the end of the video. We're gonna give you a pro tip about bananas. But go ahead, let's talk about banana bread.
So, I'm gonna bring to the shot the outcome right away. So in this process, I'm not going to identify them now.
Okay.
We'll identify them at the end.
Okay.
Because I think it's very unique in how this came out. We're making 3 different types of bananas.
Yeah.
Bread.
Banana bread, yeah.
2 of them are gluten-free.
Yep.
And 1 of them is just a regular standard banana bread.
Correct.
Okay. These are the outcome.
Yep.
All right. So we're going to start with the first one, which is like a double banana.
Okay.
Because we are using banana flour.
Yeah.
And quinoa flour.
Yeah, we had never heard of banana flour until last week, and
I have the camera.
Yep, we're gonna look. So anyway, banana flour exists, and it's been around for a while.
So if you've on the research I've done on gluten-free baking, there's no such thing as an all-purpose gluten-free flour.
Correct.
There are gluten-free flours that are good for doing certain items. And that's what I mean by that. Don't throw away, there's still banana in there.
Okay.
I didn't use all the banana because it would be too much.
Because that makes a difference. Oh my God. Pray for me, folks. Honest to Pete.
So banana flour is high in starch.
Correct.
Quinoa flour is high in protein. When you're cooking with a gluten-free product, you need proteins and starch.
Correct.
Gluten is more of your protein, but you need a little bit of starch. A good mixture, if you want to make up your own, would be 1/3 starch, 2/3 of a protein. So what we did was we took the banana.
And when you say that, you're talking about
making
a starch
flour and a protein flour.
And a protein.
And you gotta be careful because there's rice flour.
Yep.
It's both a protein and a starch. Okay, so I took the banana and mashed it all up. That looks really good. All right. To that, I'm going to add all my wet ingredients. So my wet ingredients are 1 egg,
there we go.
some yogurt.
Where'd you get that yogurt?
That was homemade.
Ooh. Yeah, we make our own yogurt. It's pretty easy. If you want me to send you the recipes, just email me at Melinda with an A at professorchef.com.
That's one of those things we should probably do a
yeah,
video
we
on.
should do a video on
A little bit of oil. One thing I noticed when I was doing research for these recipes, a lot of oil, and the oil that they were using is coconut oil.
Yeah, I don't understand that either, but it's pretty high in saturated fat, and it does, if you're using it to cook with like saute work, that stuff catches on fire at 325 degrees, so it's probably not the best stuff to fry with. Yep.
All right, so that's all our wet tea.
You didn't talk about the honey.
Well, talk about the honey. And the recipes I'm making right now, I'm trying to make them healthy, so we're not using any refined sugar, we're using natural sugar.
Right, so this is honey from Professor Chef Honey Company. I'm a beekeeper, he's a bee haver, and that's what we're using for most of the sugar tonight.
All right, so in here we're going to add the quinoa flour, the banana flour. We are adding baking powder. I will talk about chemical leavening in a little bit, because this one here we're only using 1.
Yeah.
I want to talk about the difference between the 2. And we are definitely putting in a pinch of salt. You need the salt. Okay. Mix this all together.
this video is on Facebook right now. When it goes onto YouTube by tomorrow morning, if you go where that upside down triangle is on the
I should have used a bigger bowl.
over there, there's an upside down triangle. Click on that, and the recipes will appear.
All right. Should have used a bigger bowl.
Those noises on camera are horrible, by the way. So we're going to do it even more.
I'm trying to get away from it.
All right.
I take that,
That's good
please.
enough. Thank you.
You're going to just fold it in with the spatula. Like making a muffin, this is similar to making a muffin. You want to not mix it too much, okay? We have made muffins before. What was the recipe that we did muffins on?
So the Jordan Marsh blueberry muffins. So click up there. We'll put the link to that particular video so you can see that one as well.
So muffin recipes and bread recipes like this can be used interchangeably. Talk about what you did to this pan.
Yeah. So a lot of times when you get recipes, they say to grease and flour a pan. Even if we're not doing a gluten-free application, this is what I do. I grease and sugar. So this is sugar on around here, and we love doing it because it kind of gives like a little sheen to it, a little bit of crusty. But you know, if we're making a cheese souffle, we butter and cheese it. So anyway, that's what we do with our pan.
So number 1 down. Number 2. So that was 1 gluten-free. This is gluten-free number 2. So this one is all made in the food processor.
Yeah.
So let me bring over my ingredients. Oats, banana, egg, baking soda and baking powder, and again, yogurt. I'm going to sneeze.
God bless you. And it's going to be a big one. There we go.
Excuse me. All right. So in here, we're going to add oatmeal. Now, oatmeal is gluten-free, but you need to be careful because not all oatmeal is made in a gluten-free factory.
That's correct.
So you make sure you read that when you're working with it. Baking soda and baking powder. So baking soda and baking powder are known as a chemical leavening. Okay, chemical leavenings react differently. So with baking soda, things go flat.
Like soda goes flat.
It needs an acid to activate it. So the acid we're using is yogurt.
That's correct.
All right. The baking powder needs moisture to activate it. Baking powder is made with cream tartar and baking soda. So when you add moisture, the cream tartar gets active going, and baking powder goes up.
Yeah.
Right. So that is the difference between a chemical leavening, which is like you make bread.
Yeah.
No, when we made a no-knead bread.
Yes.
A no-knead bread, we used yeast and let it bubble up over a period of time.
Yeah, and so what happens when you're using regular flour, the gluten holds that yeast in, whereas when you're making a bread for gluten-free, it makes it a little bit harder because those flours don't hold the yeast. So
with gluten-free, the one thing I try not to do, or I just don't do it, is I do not make a gluten-free bread with a yeast product.
Yeah,
it's very, very difficult. You need to use gums to help hold it together. We're using natural ingredients found in Mother Nature to help hold things together, like the banana, like the 2 different types of starches.
Well, I mean, xanthan gum, which is one of the gums that they use, that's
it is all naturally found in Mother Nature, but it's just,
it's tough.
It is tough. You know. One thing about the quinoa flour I forgot to mention too is that can sometimes be a little bit bitter. If you want to, you can actually toast the flour. Yeah. Toasting the flour will cut out some of the bitterness and make it a little bit nuttier in flavor.
But how would somebody toast the flour? What would that procedure
the recommended way of toasting it would be in a slow oven over a period of time. If you want to do it fast, do it in a skillet. And then you're just going to make sure you turn it.
But if you put it in the oven, you put it on a cookie sheet.
Yeah.
You're going to put the temperature of the oven to...
like 275. Yeah. And
maybe 10 minutes?
No, it was when I was researching. I was reading it was about an hour.
Oh wow. Okay.
Yeah. So, you just gotta watch it and let your nose rule that one.
Yep. And by the way,
salt and honey and oil.
by the way, this quinoa flour and this banana flour, we got them at Stop and Shop. This was in the natural foods aisle,
right?
Correct? Okay.
And they put the gluten-free
Can't
stuff there.
remember anything.
Oil again. You can use butter, but I like using oil because it's easier to use. Because I'm a lazy chef, and we're using canola oil, so we are using a good oil versus a soybean oil.
Okay.
Again, we're using honey, maple syrup, fig jelly.
Maple syrup.
Yeah, it's just so think outside the box. We just happen to have a decent amount of honey.
But I would really like that with maple syrup. I think that would be good. I do see quite a bit of comments coming up on the screen. I can't read them, but I'll go back to Facebook and respond to them.
All right, so now we're going to put it in the food processor. So what we're doing is actually, in the food processor, we're making oat flour at the same time.
Yeah. 2 for 1.
Okay. This dough is a little bit more, this
is more of a batter.
This is more like cake.
Yeah, this is more of a batter. Pour batter as opposed to a scoop batter. Oh, another hint that I didn't give you, when you're using, whoa, did I get my elbow in it? When you're using the spray stuff on your pans, do it over the sink so somebody doesn't fall, like if he has a wonderful habit of spraying it in the middle of the air so it goes all over the floor, but if you spray it in the sink, it's not as dangerous.
All right. Okay. Now we're going to make the last one.
Can I take this out, or are you going to mix it?
I'm going to talk about what I'm doing and why I'm doing it and why it's okay, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera.
All right, so a lot of people get freaked out when we don't wash bowls in between some stuff. Everything that is going in that bowl pretty much was in the same other bowl.
So we have some gluten-free flour in there, but everything else is going to be basically the same.
Exactly.
So we're going to add a little bit more banana. I am not using all the banana. You have to adjust based on the size of your banana. These bananas are I think pretty good.
Yeah.
If you wanted your banana bread to be a little bit drier, use them when they have a little bit of what they call green tip on them.
Yeah, not as ripe as these are.
Frozen bananas.
Yeah.
You can actually take a banana that is brown as day long and freeze it, and that is really, really
and they
good
turn
to work with.
black in the freezer.
Or in the refrigerator.
And you just kind of squeeze them out. Sounds gross, but that's when they're at their
And if you got little kids, a good thing they can do, they can actually mash the banana inside the skin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, but over a bowl and with
Yeah.
adult supervision. Not this adult, but other adults.
That's when you leave your kid home with the grandfather and
Yep.
all hell breaks loose. Yep. All right, that looks pretty good. So, another than mashed banana. 1 egg. Talk about eggs. Where do we get our eggs?
We get our eggs at Stamp Farm in Johnston on Greenville Avenue. Stamp Egg Farm, not Stamp Farm, Stamp Egg Farm.
All right, again,
and I was lucky enough to go
oil.
last week and got super jumbos, like super jumbo eggs. Oh my God, it was so good.
All right, so this time for sugar, azuka.
Sugar instead of sugar.
I'm using brown sugar.
Okay.
Oh, I'll be right back. Talk to him for the next second. Talk to him about donut holes.
Donut holes. Okay, so we also have a video for apple cider donuts, and he's getting his rum. Apple cider donuts, and that recipe, if you want, click on the link above us because I'll link it to this video. You can take out the flour and use that Bob's Red Mill all-purpose baking mix, and it works perfect for the apple cider donut holes.
Instead of dairy, we're using yogurt again. And
the yogurt kind of gives it a little bit of
a tang.
It's not sour, but it's a tang.
And I like the homemade yogurt again. No chemicals added to it. All these recipes we're doing really well. Translate well into vegan recipes also.
Yeah, if you have the egg replacement.
Egg replacement. Applesauces would be a good replacement for something like that.
Okay.
So again, now we're adding flour. This is
flour.
This is all-purpose flour. So this is the non-gluten-free recipe.
So this is King Arthur all-purpose flour. That's our preferred brand.
Baking soda and baking powder again. And a pinch of salt. I did put oil in there.
Okay.
All right. And we're gonna fold it all in. You could add raisins to this. If you want to get your kids happy, chocolate chips.
Chocolate chips. Walnuts.
Even the quinoa and banana flour recipe, you could add chocolate chips to it also.
Oh, you know what else I wanted while he's folding all this in? We tasted these raw, okay, because we do stuff like that. The banana flour is slightly sweet, but not really.
The research I found about banana flour, this is a green banana flour.
Okay.
It's not made with plantains, because there is a plantain version. They are trying to, because this was developed in the countries that could not get flour.
Oh, okay.
And it's been around since the 1900s.
Yeah.
And what they're doing now is that they found that depending on who you get, sometimes you might want to taste it because they might be they're trying to use now leftover skins in bananas that are overly ripe because they dry them out and then they puree them. Okay. So your sweetness could change.
But it wasn't.
No, I thought it was a decent flour, but it's a very starchy. What was it? Somebody will correct me, but it's a type of starch that's resilient starch. Resistant starch.
Resistant starch.
Yeah, that's what this one was. All right, so let's see.
And the quinoa flour it smelled nutty and it smelled like quinoa, but when I tasted it, it didn't taste.
And I know when we do a quinoa class, I mentioned that we toast the quinoa because we do want to develop the nutty flavor and everything else.
Yep.
All right, so let's put the last one out.
There you go.
All right, this one here is the gluten one.
And you can tell the difference too, even when he's pouring it in. I don't know if you can pick it up on that other camera, but you can see the strands.
Yeah, and this is when you don't want to overwork, because again, if you overwork it with the gluten's going to make it too elastic. Yep. So for me to identify which one was which, I sprinkled in cinnamon sugar over the top of this one. You could add cinnamon to this recipe.
Recipes are a suggestion. Yeah. You can, do it once the way the recipe is written, and then adjust it to your.
I looked at a lot of recipes, and I modified every single one of these that I pulled off to the way I like to cook in the flavor that's how I'm going to get. Can you have a quick towel to pick up this little spill I made?
Sure.
Thank you, my love. These all came out really nice. The one that has a nice spring that looks mostly like a little bit of the loaf was the first one we made.
Right.
This is made with the banana flour and the quinoa flour. Yeah. I like the way it looks. It came out really, really nice. So we're going to cut this one. We want to look at the crumb. All right, it looks a little dense.
Yeah, it does.
It's not overly airy. I'm going to cut a small little slice so we can taste it. It's breaking pretty good. It's that.
But banana bread is dense anyway.
Very, very good.
That is.
I'm not getting much bitterness at all from the quinoa. So that's number one.
This is really good.
Yeah.
I don't think anybody would even pick up on that.
No. This is the one made with the oat. Right? No flour again, gluten-free. This is more like a cake batter. Look at that crumb.
Oh wow.
That is unbelievable.
That is nice.
That is
I like
really,
the
really nice.
I really like the color in that.
I like the color of it. This was so easy to make. I love eating things with oatmeal. I like the flavor of oatmeal. There we go.
Thank you. I'm getting to taste today. This is amazing. That's very good, Joe.
Raisins. In this one.
Yeah. Oh, that's good. That's nice. All right.
Again, gluten-free.
Yeah, I know.
And how easy was that to make? Everything in the
Super easy.
in the food processor or blender. And the traditional one. Well, my traditional one.
Yeah.
Again, nice crumb. You can see the banana in this one a little bit more. Well, it depends on the banana too.
Yeah.
Here we go. This one's definitely a little bit flakier, lighter. And good.
That's very good. But
They're all three of them.
nothing wrong with any of them.
No. And people get scared about gluten-free products. Those two are awesome. This one here, from a cost standpoint, that's relatively inexpensive to make. Because these flours can be expensive.
I forgot how much they were, about $5 or $6 a piece.
Yeah, that's a lot to pay for a pound for flour.
Yeah, but,
Like it's almost
but
like,
if you have no,
Tito flour.
but if you have no choice, you know, that works. So,
All right,
we're good.
we're good.
All right.
I think that came out really well.
I do too.
So what's your trick?
It's coming. First of all, don't forget to subscribe and leave a comment or thumbs up. We really appreciate it. And our pro tip: when you buy bananas, bring them home, and I want you to put saran wrap around the tops. I'm telling you, you have no idea how well these bananas will go
Over a week.
well over a week. You can at least get 2 weeks out of them, because what happens is when you put this on top, it stops the ethylene gas from escaping, and that's what makes produce
Go bad fast.
not go bad, but ripen.
Right.
Or go, yeah.
Like if you
It accelerates the ripening process. So that's our pro tip on bananas. I think
Tomorrow.
tomorrow
Sweet
is.
potato gnocchi.
Yep. So we traditionally have a sweet potato gnocchi that we do in our dinner in Tuscany class, and we have done it gluten-free, and once again, it's excellent. Then we're going to do quinoa stuffed peppers. I'm really looking forward to that one. That's going to be
So
really,
quinoa makes
really
another appearance this week.
Yeah, but in a whole form, not in the ground form. Thursday we're
We'll
making.
put the lime in the coconut pie.
Oh, that's.
And that's good. We're doing that gluten-free because I'm going to play around with it. I'm going to play around with the oat flour again in another item. I'm maybe making 2 crusts with
Okay,
that.
and then Friday
Chicken parm.
chicken parm, gluten-free.
Gluten-free.
All right.
All right.
That's it.
Thanks, guys.
We'll see you tomorrow, live at 5.
Bye.
Bye-bye.